So when we last spoke, y'all, I talked to you about two things. And it was late last evening. It was actually later than I thought. And I wasn't paying attention. When you're in this type of mode, you're not even paying attention to time and certain things because everything is just amazing, folks. So when we last spoke, it was you guys probably were in bed at that time. And I got some rest and everything. I worked on some things. And I kept coming back to this book. I'm working on this book. And I was working on it. I guess I'm putting too much time into it. I'm thinking too much. And so I actually started a conversation with the Most High. Because, see, we're going to get into some things, folks. And this is the level that things have gotten into. And I'm going to show you some things. All relative. But, I took a break. I got a glass of water. I was sitting back because I was starting to get a headache. I guess I was thinking too much. Trying to get these thoughts out because this is very important. And so I'm working on this book and I take a break and I start talking to the Most High. And the Most High leads me into conversation, folks. And this is about reckoning, folks. A lot of you did not understand when I last left you. I talked about two things when we last spoke. I talked about what the reckoning is, the punishment, the wrath, which you're getting and will continually get until this culminates into your destruction for a new society. The bigger plan and the thing that we really need to talk about. But two, I talked to you about you calling out to God. That inner thing in you that has the value that I've talked about in many videos. If I'm going to recommend you look at any of my videos, look at all of the videos I've done. Go back last year and just look forward. Not for sensation, folks, but because I've always talked about this stuff. And this is real. This isn't a real thing because you guys are taking this for a joke. I am literally bearing witness. I am literally in company of the great ones on a daily basis. I am literally in an experience of high reality and vibration that will come to this earth society because I know the earth. Okay? So wrath was what you did previously and are doing now. The energy, what you're doing now won't matter because it'll be a footnote. It'll just be some reference point in what culminated. But really, the things that you have already done, that harboring energy is what I was trying to get you to understand that many of you have covered. That's why I said on a bigger level, folks, I asked you one time in a video, and this is a serious question. I asked you, what do heavenly beings look like? None of you can answer the question. And because you can't answer the question, I would recommend you stop trying to challenge things I say because you don't know the heavenly beings. When I say heavenly beings, I'm talking about all of the heavens. I'm talking about every star you see in the sky. I'm talking about all of the planets, every single one of them. Now, the Most High, when I was talking to him, he showed me, he made me realize. And I could take you guys through a time span of my life. This enlightenment does not come in one day. That's why I was trying to explain to you guys. This was many years. Many years of me praying and calling out to God where he knew my heart and blessed me on a level, folks, where he opened the curtain. And he had a purpose for me. And that purpose was in this purpose, the bigger purpose that many of you know about. That thing in your books that has been manipulated in many cultures. Now, he is all cultures. The point I'm trying to make to you folks is that they are your landscape, which is what I told you. They are the administrators of this reality. Mother Earth is the earth. You live on this earth and you don't respect her as your world in general because you're always fantasizing, you dreamers, like I said, about other worlds. You're always trying to give the scope and put scope on some other place. But you don't realize because you're fucking fools is that Mother Earth is family to all of the worlds that you know. All of them are in oneness, folks. If you mess with her, you have messed with all of them. If you mess with Mother Earth, you have messed with the sun and the moon, folks. This is fact. And in fact, they are the hands of the Most High. They are in his service. Now I'm in his service. I am a human. I am the human spokesperson for the great ones. And I am also in message for the Most High himself, who is the great ones, who has manifested as the great ones. You guys have taken this as a joke because you're narcissistic in your hearts. And that's very important for you to understand how that's important. how that has brought you here. Because see, you grew up, some of you by default have been cursed, and that's what I'm saying, where you live in a society and do things and you operate and step on people, and that energy is what the Lord is going to do away with. If you thought that was what things are and how things should be, then you're sadly going to be sadly mistaken. You're watching this transpire. You have no control. I have to assert that because I'm talking to narcissists. I'm talking to people who don't get it. They have to consistently get smacked in the mouth for them to understand they don't have the mighty hand. I keep rhyming, y'all. I'm so excited, folks. So the Most High made me realize that all of these things, which I am in family with all of the heavens, folks, all of the stars. I told you, every single star you see in the sky that you study in your astronomy with your telescopes and stuff, I know them personally. Every single one of them. It could be a big one you point to. I know all of them. I am family with them. Now, getting to that more importantly, I'm going to break some stuff down for you in God's science. Mother Earth, whom is a real being, folks, who lives in the heavens, who holds your world, is in company of all of these beings. They are her family. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Just like you have family. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that this is real reality. Many of you think this is not real because you haven't been exposed to this. But now that I give you the truth, I just want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. And, you know, you don't have to bear or take heed to anything I'm saying, but just bear witness to what I'm saying. Because it's going forward regardless. And I'll give you this education. Mother Earth is in oneness with all of the heavens. Okay? They are the heavens, folks. They make your air and your wind, and they give you gravity and sunlight and moon tides and all of the things that you've gotten, that you know, that you really need, that their hand is providing, and they're doing it as a duty for the Most High. I've told you this over and over again, but because you're narcissists, you keep trying to play like you don't understand the terms of this. Their payment of you is you giving praise to him. He is a tree, just like the tree behind me, whom is Mother Earth. See, I know the trees. I actually know the trees on a level you guys don't understand. I know the trees, literally. When you're blessed by the Most High, when he takes back the veil, all things under his thumb, all things that he has created, he has exposed you to, and you realize the greatness of these things. So when you see Mother Earth and you disrespect her and you vision, we'll go to this planet. You don't reason that she knows that planet. She's in oneness. You're not going anywhere. I keep telling you that. You're not going to the moon. You're not going to Mars. You're not going to any of these places. You will be destroyed. The heavens, God's army, which let's get to that because I keep talking about this, but I haven't exposed you. God was talking to me, and he made me see all the things he's shown me over these years. It's been many years, folks. When I look back on it, it's been many, many years. This whole process of me getting to know the sun, the moon, Mother Earth herself, and all of them, meeting them and knowing them, and then meeting the heavens and knowing the heavens. You guys have not seen the heavens, a real place. Fluid reality. High reality creates lower reality. It's fluid. They are your administrators. They are giving you this experience. Your soul is God's. God holds the hand of all things, including their souls. But your experience in this boot camp to learn how to vibrate higher so you can live in these heavenly worlds, you have greatly compromised that by dealing with demonic low energy who have run the society right now in every way. And what I try to show you is their narcissism plays out in every policy. If they're doing governmental things, it will never service you in any way. You will always get crushed. There will always be some method in place to disenfranchise whomever. There'll be things designed to take from people because the state or whoever presumes themselves to be mightier than the Most High. All governments do this. They want to declare themselves. That's why I say they get ahead of the stories and these newscasts, and they try to look happy and rosy, and they say, oh, but the storm's not going to do anything. If you fucking fools are still trying to listen to underarm funkers tell you, when I actually know Mother Earth, that the storm is going to do what she wants it to do at her hands. She can destroy any of you at any time. Your ground is not solid. You're holding faith that she's going to keep the ground up, and she's shown you. I've spoken on this. Now, I just spoke on something recently about the earthquakes, and I'm telling you these things because this is the wrath that God's going to bring. You can't do anything about it. You do not hold might over the heavens, folks. So you call out and you name all of these fucking food. I told you in these feeds every day, the reason why they keep trying to come up with information and give you this stuff is so they can get ahead of a narrative. So they can say, well, God is not this and we know this and that. And they don't know anything. God has created all things. The higher beings in the universe, whom is God's army, whom I've seen in great number. You cannot do anything when the heavens rain down on you. I'm telling you, you are fucking fools. You are, what you have, they are your weaponry, folks. They are your landscape. You will be crushed. No, you can't do anything about it. And the worst of you even know this. So you're clamoring in your little secret meetings trying to figure out how to hold on to your power because you're narcissist and you think that you're in a fishbowl being held by Mother Earth. Whatever you perceive about her in your heart is the fucking foolishness that will destroy you. She will destroy you. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? This is the wrath because your consciousness is just in sut. You have dealt with these dark energies and you think that it's okay. You can't reason things. You're not going to the moon. You're not going to any planet. All of the heavenly bodies are in oneness. They all are family. Just like your punk ass have a demonic brother or sister or something, right? They're all relative, folks. You are fools. I am in their family. You look at my face and the Lord does things on purpose. The Lord presents things to you in a way to show your hands, to show how foolish you are. You have stepped on people that look like me for a long time, right? In society in different ways. And so when I bring the message with authority, have called the plays, have showed you things, and you still think it's a joke because you're looking at my face and you're going, oh, I'm somebody. I'm J. Rupert Rowe or something. J. Rupert Rowe, don't get your fucking head smashed today, okay? This is not a game, right? You are being provided sunlight. If the sun snaps his fingers, your punk ass could freeze to death in certain places. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? This is real reality. Everything I speak on, folks, is not a joke anymore. This is reckoning. What do you think? God's going to just chill out? God is holding your life. You think you have authority over God, which is foolishness. He showed me this. He was showing me all the things over the years that he's shown me. Do you understand, folks, that I have everything that he has shown the great prophets, I have been shown. If you name any of your stories and any of your cultures, that's why I said he is all of your cultures. He is God. If you spoke Chinese or you spoke Arabic back in ancient times, we're going back before your groups. Remember, there was a day one. There was a oneness in all people at one point, folks. You split yourselves up with ego. He allows you to do that. He is always holding the life of all things, folks. So your punishments have already been decided. He has already seen. You are fools. You preach this, but you don't really believe because in your heart you have a demonic strip of energy that makes you delve in that ignorance. The devil does that. He knows that God will knock every tooth out of his mouth, but he still taunts God and knowing that this day is coming. But now they know. He will bring it to your throats, folks. No games. You don't have a say-so because you've had say-so for as long as you have. And that say-so has put people in their graves, have done all kinds of just unimaginable things. For centuries you've done this. Thinking that those blood stains had dried up and that you wouldn't be resurfaced on these things. But this is what you were taught and know. Wrath. So don't speak on the moon goddess, the sun, or any of them, or any of the stars, or any of the worlds, or any of the planets. And here's the thing he showed me. When I first got into this, when the Lord first opened the curtain for me, and I walked you through something, I'm not going to go into this because this is my personal experience with him. I am in oneness with God himself, with the Most High. So this is my personal experience, but I'll open up a little bit for you. When he first brought me into this, I met literally every planet that you want to go to in your solar system, whom you don't understand is very relative to the Great One himself, on the Great One. All of them are relative, folks. They're all relative to each other. So I met every single one of the planets. You know, the ones that you can't even see with your telescopes. You know how you start off and you can name in your little books and your science and stuff about what planet comes first and all of this. I know all of them, folks. They're all in oneness on a level of the higher reality. You cannot get to high reality or even live in a world in a society as a human, because see, the thing is that the blessing God gave me is he put me on a level where I know the worlds. The people, I know the culture of the people and the people by being shown to them, but I know them. Mother Earth is this world, and I know her personally. All of the worlds you see around you that you can get your eyes on are real beings. Everything in the universe, and it's vast. Have you seen the vast depths of the universe? I can see these things without a telescope. Now, I've been telling you this for years, but I realized the Lord showed me. The great prophets, he gave Abraham, that you read in your books, he gave Abraham this great ability to see the heavens and all of those things. I've been telling you this. I realized I can do that too. Any culture you name, he has already blessed me on that level, right? The gifts he's given Moses. Folks, the trees, I actually know the trees on a level that you can't understand. The bugs, everything. The stars, I know all of them, all of the stars. Who could destroy you? Any of them. You folks, that's why I try to explain to you. This is what your ignorance was about, but at this point, it doesn't matter. Do you want to know God? Do you want to hold on to the Most High? That's what we're fishing for, the vibration, the high vibration that many of you don't have because you sold out. You didn't know. Now, some of you by curse and default, you didn't know. But that's just the damnness of your ignorance. When many people have went to their deaths at your hand for your justice, whether they knew or not, you dealt them that. So now you will be dealt. If you expect mercy from God, think about all the times and centuries of time in any space where you have dealt your justice to anyone without mercy on any level. Now that your crimes have been brought to forefront, you have to reckon with those crimes. You can't get around it. It doesn't matter who you are. So all of the heavenly bodies know each other, and I'm going to shut this down right now. You are not in control of your weaponry or anything. I'm not going to keep playing with y'all. If you think it's a joke, try this out. Any of you, you are not in control. They hold everything, your air and everything. If Mother Earth goes like this, you could just fall out because you can't breathe. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? You are not mighty, folks. You are not great beings, folks. The universe is vast, the sun and all of them. So you disrespect the earth by trying to look past her and look for some other world. We're going to go to this other place. That other place knows her. Your ass ain't going anywhere. You're going to be destroyed because you don't have the energy to live on her surface. Why do you think you're going to live with one of her family members? You're a fucking fool. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. When you go into these other cultures that y'all say is different from y'all, that's why I said at one time all people were one thing. In those cultures, I know the sun, the moon, and the earth. You know who I'm talking about in your cultures. Yes, God is the sun and the moon, isn't he? Right? And you have his names, and he gives himself names because he has many names, folks. But he is. I know him. Right? This is wrath and reckoning. I didn't bring you these events because I wanted to get you to be oohed and awed and impressed by my ability to know the heavens. What I wanted to show you was that a new day is coming to the society, and let's take this there. I'll do another video. The next series of videos will always be about this, not about my ego, and inspired by from the Most High himself. The new society going forward will be free of demoniacs, meaning that you can actually live in the world. Now, before you say you can't, there are billions and trillions of numbers you can't count of high worlds that operate with everything on levels you couldn't even understand because they have the blessing of the Most High. Now that he's going to present himself to you in present, you will be in that vibration. Only those who can carry his vibration can live in this field. This is Mother Earth raising her thing. This is a technical thing. You don't have to be on board. Just do what you want. You get the choice, folks. You get to live in a hellish world. That hellish world is going to take you into other hellish worlds and you will never recover from. But this is his science, folks. It's as simple as that. You have done things that have to reset you here. Mother Earth is spitting you out. Y'all know that in certain cultures, what I mean by that. She's spitting you out now. You can see this, right? I've done videos present where the Great One herself has presented herself as a blood moon. Have done this. Can ask her to do this and do a video anytime and have her do this at this point. This is that blood moon y'all talking about. She is the moon. She's a goddess, folks. The sun. I'm with the sun at night, folks. When y'all read about him being black as night, see, the Lord was showing me all of these things in the great prophets and stuff you read of your old literature. I am doing right now. This is a new chapter, folks. You will be destroyed in this new society. In a new society, it will be people who are not perfect because you are recovering. The people who want to grab onto God is what I want to talk to. The people who want to say, who want to polish the mirror off inside of them. If you do something wrong to somebody, the person that can go home at night by themselves and go, I shouldn't have said that to that person. That's the people I'm looking for. If you don't think like that, if you don't believe God is real, if you think you can play with his judgments or do anything, you are a narcissist. You are a demoniac. What that really is. This is really about energy. The fight is about higher energy versus lower energy. Lower energy has already commandeered you, and no, they haven't won the fight. If you have bought into it, you were just a casualty of the foolishness, folks. The Lord said he was going to destroy you. See, he already knew the number he would destroy. He said all of you. When you read about the Noah story, the whole freaking society got destroyed. And if you really believe that and are preaching that it happened, when it's happening now, why don't you see that you are the new story, folks? You are the rewrite. Because in the new society, it's not going to be this. The Lord gets his praise every day. You offer every day. He is your food, right? Mother Earth is your food. Literally, I know this, but you don't want to believe. So if you don't, your food will be taken. She is the food. She doesn't have to give you anything because you're not giving God the praise in the right ways. You're not acknowledging him and offering to him in the right ways. Everything you do should be for that benefit. He is the tree, just like this tree behind me, and they are the branches. They provide you with air and sunlight and all of those things. Their payment that you need to give to them is praise to him. He is the all of them. You water the soil, the tree gets the water. All of the branches get the water. That's how this works. If you're not willing to live in a society where you're doing that, you got to go. We'll be back to talk about another video. I just had to come out, and talk about this and follow up. And I'll finish what I'm saying. But I've seen all of the things that the great prophets are saying. Everything. It is an amazing thing. Any story you name, I've seen the Great Pyramids, literally. I've seen the ancient Great Pyramids, literally. This goes back before that, though, folks. Man has been, see, you guys are foolish. This man goes back way before that. We'll talk more in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Stay tuned.